Always a pleasure to come and talk to all you guys. Today is a bit of a special day for me because my son is here, who's sitting in the third row there. So I'm a little bit of an extra special presentation for me today. So I'm excited to. I'll try to do an extra good job today for you guys and tell you what we're all about. So American Pacific, we focus on high-grade assets in the Western U.S. that can be the desire of majors. That's the mantra. That's what we do. This is the capital structure, 117 million shares out, $13.2 million in cash. We raised $10 million at the end of last year, took down $8 million in warrants as well. Michael Gentile is a big shareholder. Numerous of the big institutions are big shareholders as well. As Chen mentioned, last year was a year of growth for American Pacific. Company traded over just under $100 million worth of stock just in Canada. Never mind the U.S., where it traded significantly more. We have more U.S. shareholders than Canadian shareholders, which is unique, certainly for this market. We were the #1 traded gold stock by way of market cap appreciation in 2021. We're the third largest mining company on the CSE and trade a significant amount of volume. So now your question is why, and where do we go from here? So this is a short portion of a longer video, but gives you an idea, just kind of a look at the Madison Project. This is down in Montana. It is under partnership with Kennecott Rio Tinto. They may spend up to $30 million US to earn 70% of this project. We purchased this in, I'm going to say it was 2019. We paid a $4.2 million valuation for this when the company only had $1 million in cash, for which we were nominated for Deal of the Year by S&P Global Platts. We didn't win. We came in second, but we came in second to Cleveland Cliffs, who did 3 $1 billion transactions, so we were certainly in good company. The Madison mine is a high-grade skarn at surface with a porphyry underneath. Last in production between 2008 to 2012, produced 2.7 million pounds of copper, grades ranging between 20 and 35% copper. So judge a mine by the grade that it can, the grade that can push through it. Here are some of the previous grades that have been drilled there. 30 meters of 25 grams gold, 11 meters of 41. Incredible copper numbers, 61 meters of almost 7% copper. Here's some of what Rio Tinto has done. 6.5 meters of 14 grams gold. Last year, half a meter of 146 grams per ton gold, all near surface. The year before that, a 1.7 meters of 69 grams per ton gold, I think was their best hit, all within the skarn, and they haven't even pushed down to the porphyry yet. They're coming into their 4th year of drilling with us. They've been a fantastic partner. I think people would be surprised to know how easy they have been to work with. It's been a tremendous advantage for American Pacific. Here's the cross-section, if I can figure out how to use the, oh yeah, here we go. So the drilling last year, this is the skarn as we know it. This was their best hit down here. That includes that half a meter of 146 grams per ton. So it's 100 meters from the known mineralization. They're looking to bring in a skarn expert this year to help them follow up. But the obvious drilling will be through here to try to connect those two. Numerous targets outside of that to drill as well. We like this slide. The orange that you see here is Madison is the skarn as we know it today at Madison. The green is the Fortitude deposit. This is a 2.5 million ounce deposit. It vectors down to a porphyry that was 25 million ounces of gold and 3 billion pounds of copper, known as the Greater Phoenix deposit. My business partner, Eric Saderholm, who's here and will be at the booth with me, was the chief geologist here. First thing he said when we went underground here to look at this is this looks just like Fortitude. So that's where we are today. You can see the America mine, the Hudson, and the Broadway give it the same footprint, and this starts to extend down now further. We know there's a porphyry down below us. We hope it's mineralized. Time will tell. But that's one of the reasons that this company can get big. Here's what it looks like. Jasperoids off to the left, native copper in the middle, and then really high-grade massive sulfide off to the right. The interesting part here is it all runs. That rock looks like it could be from 3 different deposits, but that's all from Madison. I'll take you through that quickly because there's 3 sort of main assets to run you through. This is Tuscarora, so this is 45 minutes outside of Elko, Nevada. This is the oldest epithermal system in the state of Nevada. It is the same age as Carlin, which is why we think it's so high grade. Picks and shovels mining in the late 1800s produced 500,000 ounces of gold and 7.5 million ounces of silver. We previously owned what I'll reference as the south side of the fence, and these are some of the drill holes that have come through there. Again, high-grade assets in the western U.S. This certainly fits the bill. What we didn't have was the north side of the fence. It was a bit of a chessboard, a bunch of different people out in claims. A group came in, consolidated it all. We were able to purchase it from them. It's never been drilled. Here's the sampling that was done there. They did 120 samples, and a dozen of them ran over 100 grams per ton gold. The highlight that everybody likes is the 21,000 grams per ton gold, 38,000 grams per ton silver. That obviously grabs people's attention for sure. That's what it looks like right there. We're drilling this right now. So we're drilling 70 holes, 17,000 meters, spending $5 million, drilling something that's never been drilled with those incredible high grades that matches up to the drilling that we did before. This is an asset that we're going to spend a lot of time, will be a big part of the American Pacific story this year. Here's the claim block, the old claim block, but this basically is a good slide because it shows all of the veins. There's about a dozen veins that run through this project. We've tested 2 of them. Here's the new claim block. We've just done Eric's done an excellent job of just adding some more claims. You can see on that MODOC target where we're drilling as we speak. We're on hole 14 or 15 right now. We'll release those in short order. Third asset that we really like and are very excited about is the Gooseberry mine. So this is 45 minutes outside of Reno, Nevada. This was last in production late 80s. Last hard rock production 1991, last out of the tailings in 1994. The knock on it was always one vein. That one vein produced about 1 million ounces of gold, but its neighbor is Comstock Lode, which is 12 kilometers away. That produced 8 million ounces of gold and 300 million ounces of silver, and it produced it out of multiple veins. We drilled this year. We showed that there is a second parallel vein 100 meters away that had never been drilled before. We got 1,500 meters of strike length there. Best hole was about 4.5 meters of 500 grams per ton silver, so right around what they were producing here as well. Right now we're doing CSAMT on site. We believe that's going to give us a bunch of targets off to the west. We think there are going to be multiple veins here. We will get in and we will drill this as well, $2.5 to $3 million program here once we get the targeting from that CSAMT. I show you these, you can probably see the grades on it better than I can, but this is from the original stope maps. So when we got this, we actually staked this asset. The whole asset cost us $20,000 to pick up. Good smart geologist named Ken Cunningham, who sits on our board, put us in this direction. We had to go and find the data. When you stake something, you don't get the data. We literally fell 12 old bankers' boxes covered in dust in the University of Nevada, Reno, and included in that were the original stope maps. We were able to use that to put together a 3D model and go out and drill this asset. Here's a historic long section. That dark pink that you see is what was mined out. The light pink we felt were reserves that were still there. Some of them are and some of them aren't from drilling. But again, the key here was pushing through that, finding a second parallel vein. We think there's going to be numerous more, and we're looking to prove that out this year. Here's the team. I mentioned a bit about Eric Saderholm. So Eric is the former head of exploration in the western U.S. for Newmont. Newmont is looking for stuff that's 3 million ounces plus to start. He had an opportunity to see a lot of things that are 500,000, 1 million ounces that can grow. Is a huge strategic advantage for us. It pains me to compliment him when he's in the room, but I'll do so anyways. Al Nesh is our CFO, does an excellent job for us. Ken Cunningham, mentioned him before, great director. And then Jonas Lang, who I met with through my experience at Riverside Resources, and he's now working with Maple Gold Mines. He's a VP there. Was instrumental in bringing in Rio Tinto, bringing in Agnico Eagle for them. Will that play? There we go. I think when you're looking at junior mining companies, you want to find something in this market that, if you are a retail investor, if you are a small family office or a small fund, look for something that has a major that's already involved. They've done a lot of the due diligence for you. Make sure they have cash. And make sure that they have good liquidity as well, especially in these markets. American Pacific has all of those. This is a list of some of the places that we were featured last year as well. With that, thank you very much. I appreciate you guys coming.